Okay, I'm gonna start taping out this muley. I use just a scalpel blade or a scalpel handle. Just buy a box of 100 blades off Amazon. These are number 20s, that's the style. They're like 30-40 bucks, but you get 100 of them, so it's about 40 cents a piece. Think about Havalon and Outdoor Edge and stuff, those blades are like $3 a piece. So let's open it up. Slides right in. I got a sharp blade, good to go. So I'm gonna start on the inside of the face. So what I'm gonna do is basically go inside the lips here and then down there and basically work my way down the face this way towards the eyes. Then once I get sort of 6 inches in, probably about that far, then I'll stop, I'll go to the back and do the back side. So I'll show you what I'm gonna do here. So as much gum as you can. I'm basically cutting right up close, not close to the skin, but close to the jaw. All the way. Slide down in there. There we go. Just along the jaw. Basically hugging the bone. Cartilage right here. Once you get a little bit of it, then you can cut towards the skin. This is one of the worst parts, is just making sure you don't cut the skin because the cartilage is thin right here. So I'm just gonna slice across, and then from there I'm just gonna skin the cartilage, leave it on the skull, and keep it on the face. There we go. I'll just be a little extra careful because this is a early season cape. I don't want to put any holes in it. I don't have that many spares. So, all right, so this top part's all done. I'm just gonna do the bottom part now. So same thing, skin down, and then just, I know my hands are cutting in the way, but basically just along here. I'm just cutting along the bottom jaw, leaving all the lip material on. There we go. I'll cut in so I can kind of show you. I'm just staying as close to the bone as I can, of course. Work myself back to the back of the mouth pocket. As you can see how it's basically pulled back the whole width of the face, eh? So that's the front done basically. All right. And still want to get the velvet bloody. All right. So this has not too bad the neck still attached. That's a big hunk of meat. So what I'm going to do is back of this pedicle. You can see if I hold this up a little bit. Actually, I'm going to move the camera. There's literally a dark patch of material right here. You can kind of see that. That's where your line's gonna follow. Just follow that dark patch to the center. There's a little bump, that's the ridge in the skull cap. Skull cap ends right there. It's basically the cut you're gonna follow. And then down from there. So, some guys cut up. I have a sharp knife and a scalpel, so I'll bury that knife. I'm gonna go, there we go. So, back of the pedicle, just gonna put that in underneath the pedicle, push it into the skull. And I'm trying to keep my knife, my blade buried so I don't cut too much hair. I know my hand's blocking, but you're gonna see I have a line right there where the dark patch and the light patch meet. And you can see I've made that cut just to the center. And now I'll go on the back of this pedicle and meet to that point. A little awkward here, but I'm trying to make sure I don't block the camera. So in, under the bottom of the pedicle, bury that blade. I know my hand's blocking, but I'll show you. Now you can see I've got that yellow, that flap. So I've got, there's my Y that I'm talking about. And then from there I'll cut straight back down, probably to about here where that, where that meat ends. So I'll just round, sharp scalpel. That's the base of the skull right there. And my blade is buried as deep as I can get it. Basically, I'm just using the heel of the blade to cut. That's why it's taking me a bit here. I'm trying to avoid cutting any hair. Just spreading it apart. Cut. Spread it apart. Cut. There we go. So there's the tail of my Y. That makes sense. Alright. Okay, so now from here, this is my Y right there. The join's right there. I'm going to go from this way, work towards the ear. So I'm just going to lift it up. Back of the neck. Gosh, that head'll fall. There we go. So, try not to leave too much meat on the skin, but when you're skinning a bunch of deer this fall, you kind of just do what you do, and if it's quick, it's quick, and there's more meat on there, it's fine, I'll just cut it off. So there you go. So now basically, this is the butt of the ear. You can see that moves. So I'm going to cut through, actually right this portion. Up, and there's the ear canal right there. So I've left almost all of the ear. Also, that's the base of the ear. Ear canal is right there. So that's the ear muscle on top of the head, and then the ear canal is right there, right there. So just skin along the neck, open it up. Now that I've got this open, I can go in here and basically cut up to the bottom of the pedicle, make sure it's good. Because the pedicle has like a mushroom too, right? It goes up and it goes up to the pedicle, up to the actual antler, right? So there. Now I'm gonna cut up this way along the bone, underneath, up, up, up. I'm just literally sliding my blade along the pedicle, and it does get dull, and I will have to use more than one blade. Just open that up a little bit more. I'm just sliding my blade up the underside of the pedicle to get all that hair attached. There we go. So there's the eye. I can tell my blade's getting a little dull right now. So, and then on my free hand, this flap of thing, I'm pulling this away from the pedicle. It helps with just creating tension. You guys know when you skin stuff, the tighter the skin is, the better. So there we go, here we go, just working it over. go up. This is the Y flap. So that's what I'm gonna do. Because I'm being a little extra showing the video, and get a new blade. There we go, all there. So I'm gonna go under here, make sure I can see this. So I'm gonna cut this flap up a little bit. And then I'm gonna go up under, you're gonna really see now at this angle how I'm going up the pedicle to the underside. And I'm just pulling, and this is gonna come loose. And you're getting all that hair, but none of the pedicle, none of the velvet, none of the antler. All the hair is staying on. You're never gonna have an issue of having to cut this way towards that pedicle. I'll work the front. There we go. So there we go. So now it's totally free around the pedicle. So do the same thing on the other side, and then I'll come back and keep doing more. I'll just pause this. Okay, so I've got this side done, so I'm just gonna peel that side off, peel the upside, and it's gonna be off around the whole pedicle. All right. So now I got both pedicles exposed, so I'm just gonna cut along the top and loosen it up towards the eyes a bit. And hopefully I can do this without my hand blocking. So, all right. Oops. Basically working towards the eye. So the eye is right here, you can tell. Right, we're basically right to the corner of the eye. So now I'm gonna put my finger in this hole. And actually, you're gonna see my finger be able to move here. I'm gonna cut towards my finger. The very bottom of the eye socket, that's right here. You can see how we exposed that. When we cut up the front, up here, we got to the eye socket, which is right there. So we're just gonna put our finger in, pull that away. You can see how it's gonna get kind of transparent there. It's almost gray. And I'm pulling this, you can see my finger. I'm trying to get down right to the eyeball. That's the key thing, right? So open that up a little bit more. There. Keep trying to cut towards the eyeball so you can see it. So I'm gonna get right in there. So there's the eyelid, there's the eyeball. So I'm including the eyelid on the cape, right? Everybody knows that's kind of the trickiest part. So now we're down to the front. That's the nictitating membrane right there. It's kind of the ridge that goes inside. We're just gonna use a sharp scalpel and cut that. And you're including all of that in the cape. All right, so there we go, down the jaw a little bit, give myself some space. And then right here is the tear duct. And we're gonna cut down there, and just work it as best you can. If you miss some of the tear duct when you're skinning it out, it's okay, but there you can see there's all the wax, right? So there's the tear duct. You can see it's all incorporated. So now when I cut this, it goes down to the jaw. I'll do the other eye right now, and then I'll come back. Actually, this is a good angle, so I'm going to show this. So I got my finger in the eye. There's my finger right there. I'm just pulling it away from the eye socket. My blade's just following the underside of the eye socket. There's the eyeball I just cut open. I just got my finger hooked in there still. You can see there's the nictitating membrane. There's the eye. And I'm just gonna follow it down. Okay, so now both my eyes are done. So really all I have left to do is the cheek part and the top of the bridge, the nose, that we've left. We couldn't quite get from the front when we came in from the front. But I'll do that. Oh. ear duct. There we go. I literally just put my knife in that way, cut in a circle like that. And then just work our way down. It's usually only an inch or two towards the mouth. Make sure it's all free. And then from there, realistically, should be able to flip this up, pull this nose up over like that. I just cut the cheek and work my way down the neck. So it's going to cut through the pocket there. Same thing on this side. You can't see that, but. And now we're just going to follow the neck muscle, right? So you can see, just trying to not leave too much muscle or meat and flesh on the hide, but there we go. Down the neck. That over. Loosening that off. Just skin the last little bit. Oops. There we go. Fully free. So you've got both ears. There's your small Y. Not a lot of cape on this one. How much it's actually going to be long enough, we're going to see, but prefer more than that for sure. So there's the Y. There's the flap. Here's. When I roll up my hides, all you guys say, bury the face in the hide. I tell people not to do that, so just tuck the ears together, find the back line, flip it over, and from there, brisket goes up. Roll that in, head over with the ears out. And I can put this tag back on, and just like that, basically there you go. Tuck the ears in, the face right there, and on top, that goes in the bag, just like that. My goal is I want the ears and the face to freeze as fast as possible. That way there's no hair slippage. There we go.